The History of Aspirin by Katie and Peter. In 460 BC, there was a great man called Hippocrates, spelled with one T, aka the father of Western medicine, who lived gracefully in Kos of Greece. This is him in green. He was an ancient Greek physician and contributed greatly to medicine. Speeding up the dates, in 1828, another great man named Johann Buchner, which I will draw him in red, studied at Erfurt University and was credited with isolating salicylin from the willow bark, which is a key ingredient in aspirin. Moving along the timeline, in 1899, another awesome dude came along by the name of Felix Hoffmann, today in black. He worked for a German company called Bayer, and what he did was rediscover the Godart's formula. His father was ill with arthritis for a long period of time, and so Hoffmann decided to give him the drug formula, in which turned out good, because it dampened his symptoms of arthritis, and he was feeling better. It was a wonderful day with a wonderful outcome, and hence the name, The Wonder Drug. Hooray! Firstly, the wonder drug came in powder form, but later they turned it into tablet form in 1915. So why give the name aspirin? Well, acetyl chloride is a key ingredient in aspirin, so A. Spir, as in the plant that salicylic acid came from, in Spirea ulmaria, and in for the typical endings for medicine, and hence the name aspirin. Hooray! So, as all drugs have side effects, so does aspirin. So the common side effects include nausea, indigestion, irritation of the stomach. And there are also less common side effects, which include worsening asthma, vomiting, inflammation of the stomach, bruising, and bleeding in the stomach, which doesn't sound very pleasant at all. Aspirin can cause Ray's syndrome, which is basically a life-threatening metabolic disorder, persistent in children, which symptoms include less energy, persistent vomiting, changing moods, drowsiness, and eventually comas. And so, children do not and must not take aspirin, or they have a chance of developing Ray's syndrome. Sad times. This is the structure of aspirin, with a molecular formula of C9H8O4 and a molecular mass of 180. So, aspirin is described as analgesic because it is basically a drug that acts to relieve pain, and so does paracetamol. So this is the structure of paracetamol, which consists of 9 carbons, 9 hydrogens, 4 double bonds, a hydroxyl group, and a carbonyl group. Last but not least, ibuprofen, another analgesic, was discovered in 1955 by the Boots Company. And here is a terribly drawn structure of it. Why is it terrible? Because it's a skeletal formula with hydrogens and carbons. That's bad. Anyways, side effects include fever, inflammation, backaches, so on and so on. And so we come to the end of this version of my history of aspirin thing. Yay.
Thank you, Mr Khumaloooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooo